Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Stylist Meets Vinyl. My name is Chris. Today I'm going to be doing just a short little vinyl finds video for you. I got a few tasty treats here. I also picked up the new Animals, Pink Floyd 2018 Animals remix, which I will talk about at the end. I was debating whether I was gonna actually make like a review video on it because everyone made one in the vinyl community, or many people did, and I guess I was kind of late to the game, so I figured who would want to hear it. But because I do talk about Pink Floyd quite frequently and I love Pink Floyd, I thought maybe I should give my thoughts. So I'll give those at the end. Let's just quickly go into some of these vinyl finds. So first up we have T-Rex. This is the Slider. This is from I think 72. 1972. This is T-Rex's, I think it's like their 7th album or something. T-Rex is kind of like a glam rock band. This is, I didn't really know this album when I bought it. This was from a thrift shop. I found it for $2. I actually haven't played it yet, but I know, or I've listened to the album, but I haven't played it yet because I just, for a couple reasons. Number one, it is very dirty, and number two, there is a scratch. I was at this thrift store and flipping through the records, and there was a lot of junk, and then I found this one, and I think it's not in good condition, and I think there was someone who was there who already flipped through and found like kind of more albums, because everything else was junk, and I found 2 decent ones, and the 2 that I found had a little bit of scratches, and they just weren't very good. So I feel like the person who flipped through first intentionally left them behind because he or she saw the scratches on them. But you can kind of see here that it's got these weird scuffs, or like these weird blotches. So I'm not really holding my breath that it's gonna be any good. It might be total junk and not listenable, but yeah, this is my first T-Rex album. I only really kind of know them from their big hit Get It On Bang a Gong, and on this one there's 2 hits. One is Metal Guru and Telegram Sam were the 2 hits off of here. So fingers crossed that it's in decent enough condition to actually play. The other one I found from that thrift store was this album. It's called Bless Its Pointed Little Head. This is Jefferson Airplane live album from 1969. I found this for $2 at the same thrift shop, and it's the same sort of deal. I didn't even notice this until I brought it home, but there is a little scratch on here that it's funny I can't even find it now, but might render it unplayable, but it's just way too dirty right now to even test out. So I'll have to clean it first, then give it a spin, and only then will I know if it's any good. I haven't heard this album. I don't know it at all. So but you know, for $2 I figured I'd take a chance and see if it's any good and if it's playable at all. So next up, I found this Hot Buttered Soul by Isaac Hayes. This is a straight up soul album, which I haven't really shown on my channel. Actually, this is my first soul album that I've ever purchased. I heard this was good, and yeah, it's pretty good, actually. I quite enjoy it. Isaac Hayes, anyone who doesn't know, he was the voice of Chef on South Park until he left the show, and then he died shortly thereafter. But yeah, so it's a great album cover, just a shot of his bald head. So when you see that, I'm like, yeah, I gotta buy it. But like I say, this is a really nice soul album, and I was happy to happy to pick it up. It's got a cover of 2 covers on here. Walk On By, which I think is a Burt Bacharach cover, and then the last song, By the Time I Get to Phoenix, which is, I want to say, Jimmy Webb song. There's some really nice long tracks on this. Walk On By, 12 minutes. Hyperbolic Syllabic Sesquidaily Mystic, that's the name of the song, is 10 minutes. And then side 2 has an 18 and a half minute is By the Time I Get to Phoenix. So some really nice jams on this, and happy to add it to the collection. Next up, I found the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Will the Circle Be Unbroken? This is also from 1972. This is like straight up bluegrass country folk. So the idea for the title is that this is the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band with Mother Maybelle Carter, Earl Scruggs, Doc Watson, Roy Acuff, Merle Travis, Jimmy Martin, also featuring a few others. So they are all old country stars from like the 40s, 50s, and then the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band is bringing them in, and they're all jamming together. And so that's the idea: is will the circle be unbroken? Will they keep? I don't know. Keep it going, I guess. I didn't really know this album at all. My friend Bongo, I did a live stream with him several months ago, and we talked about our favorite albums from 1972. This was one of the albums that was on his list. I won't tell you where. You'll have to check that video out if you want to find out his ranking of this album. But on his recommendation, I saw it and decided to pick it up. So this is actually a triple album, but it's missing a disc, which I did know when I purchased it. I got it for like a super discounted price. But, you know, as something like I hadn't heard before, I figured, okay, I'll buy it at a discount, check out the 2 discs, see if it's any good. So yeah, I'm excited to give that one a listen. And then lastly, as I mentioned, the Pink Floyd Animals 2018 remix. I have the original Pink Floyd, or not an original, but it's one of the remasters that they did back in like 2016. But the original version of Animals. I love Animals. It's one of my favorite Pink Floyd albums. I've said before that, you know, different days of the week I have different Pink Floyd albums, but I love Animals. I think it's kind of underrated. I know a lot of people, or at least some people, don't really like it. As for this remix, I think they did an excellent job with it. There's wonderful separation between you know, the vocals and the bass and the drums and the guitar. So everything is clearer than it was on the previous version, and you can really hear, like, you can hear the main vocals, and then you can also really clearly hear, you know, David Gilmour in the background singing the background vocals, or you can very precisely hear Rick Mason on the drums, Nick Mason on the drums. You can really hear every single beat. It's really wonderful, and also the animal sounds on this one have seem to be amped up a little bit. You can hear that a lot better, and yeah, I was really pleased and really surprised with this version. Very well done, and I'm not sure if it will like replace me ever listening to the original version, but it might. It is certainly good, and if you're a Pink Floyd fan, you should definitely pick this up. I think if you're a self-respecting Pink Floyd fan and you like Animals, you got to pick it up. So that's it. That's just a quick little review of that album and some of my little vinyl finds that I've had in the last little while. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments what you think of any of these albums, if you have any opinions on them. And make sure, whatever you do, you come right back here where Stylus meets vinyl. Thanks. See ya.